Isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayon po ay Wednesday, January 27, 2022 at welcome po sa isang special edition ng The Stock Market Today. Ito po ang iyong lingkod, Benji Chodoro, po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007, and I do this report every day, which I started August of 2020. I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Kung gusto niyo pong ma-review ang inyong stocks, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking ipa-prioritize. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa Land Bank of the Philippines at UCPB. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, January 27, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, so let's start with our financial headlines from BDO Securities. IMF raises Philippine growth forecast for 2021, keeps 2022 estimates. So yung growth forecast po niya for 2021 is 4.6%. And yung estimate po for 2022 will be 6.3%. It's better, huh? Okay, Philippines third quarter 21 GDP growth revised down to 6.9. BOP surplus, that's the balance of payments, drops to 1.35 billion US dollars in 2021. Then NGCP looks for more firm contracts. All Day opens 35th location in Mandaluyong. Then this is our main news. Land Bank UCPB merger takes effect on March 1, 2022. So let's now go to the Philippine Daily Inquirer for our main news on the Land Bank UCPB merger, which will take effect March 1. With regulatory approvals completed, the merger of state-run lenders Land Bank of the Philippines and United Coconut Planters Bank, or UCPB, will take effect on March 1. In a public notice on Wednesday, the two banks said the BSP, Monetary Board, and the Securities and Exchange Commission had greenlit the merger endorsed by the Governance Commission for GOCCs, which will leave Land Bank as the surviving entity. The Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation, or PDIC, also gave its consent to the merger set into motion by Executive Order number 142 issued by President Rodrigo Duterte in 2021. However, Inquirer BizBuzz column reported this week that the BSP and SEC approvals included provisions that will keep the regulators away from any liabilities arising from the transaction. Industry sources last year said the government had moved to merge the two banks as UCPB's capital adequacy ratio, or CAR, had been set to fall below BSP's mandatory level. Had it not been for the state-run PDIC's capital notes, which saved UCPB in the past, the bank would have been non-compliant with the CAR requirement, sources said. The banks also said their respective boards of directors and stockholders gave their go-ahead to the merger. Once merged with UCPB, Land Bank's total assets will rise to nearly 3 trillion, the second biggest after BDO Unibanks. Wow! So magiging number 2 po siya, no? Among the Unibanks. Clients of both Land Bank and UCPB are assured that banking services will remain unhampered during the implementation of the merger. All UCPB branches will continue to operate and serve former UCPB members until the systems are integrated and the accounts are migrated to Land Bank. Clients will be advised accordingly prior to any operational adjustments due to the merger. The merger would end the government's direct support to ailing UCPB, whose shares had been acquired through Marcos-era COCO levy funds, which the Supreme Court had declared as publicly owned. Okay, so yun po yung ating main news natin on the Land Bank UCPB merger. And let's now go to the comments of our subscribers at tignan po natin to. Tingnan po natin to from Aris Sebrero. Sir, please do a review of Ayala Corp. AC. Okay po, so we'll be reviewing that. So now let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index on how it performed today. Okay, ayan, nakita na tayo. Kanina po ay hindi ko po na-set up ang ating webcam. So, the PSEI gained 19.91 points, 0.27% up to finish at 7273.52. So, yung movement is still upwards, slightly upwards, with our candlesticks starting from January 12 ay still above our indicators. So, yung ating RSI is just a shade above the midpoint. So, nasa 52.93. So, somewhat sideways to bullish po ang movement ng ating index. Yung ating market activity naman, 102 companies declined, 74 advanced, while 62 remained unchanged. Yung all-share index ended flat, 5.38 points up lang po, 0.14%, halos hindi gumalaw. Pero yung PSEI is a bit higher at 0.27% in the green. Yung ating sectoral indices naman ended mixed, ano? Yung financials, industrials, and services were in the green, while the holding companies and mining is in the red. However, properties is flat. 0.13 points lang, ano? Or 0.00%. So, halos hindi gumalaw yung properties. Ngayon, yung ating most active stocks, we will be reviewing the following: Ayala Corporation, FCG, SECB, SPENC, TEL, and let's do Metrobank. So, let's now do AC or Ayala Corporation. Wow, Ayala Corporation just moving sideways, but it ended today's trading at 852 or 16 pesos down. So yung medium at saka short-term indicators po natin just piercing through the candlesticks. Pero yung ating 100-day exponential ay still under the candlestick. So yung long-term view po natin ay pataas pa rin po. Slightly upwards po ang kanyang movement. But our medium and short-term indicators are just piercing through, indicating a sideways movement. Overall, my general view of Ayala Corporation is it is sideways to bullish on the short term. Okay? Ngayon po, let's take EMA 100 as our support. Kasi po, nagkakaroon po ng rejection here and here in the area of EMA 100. That's 843.62 at the moment. Ang pinaka-resistance naman po natin for Ayala is in this area. Nasa 880.50. Yan po ang aking take for Ayala Corporation. Then, FCG naman. Anong nangyari kay FCG dito? Uy! Red candlestick, mukhang nag 102 na ito. Pero it ended at 86, meaning nag-profit taking siguro in the last few. Yan, no, tama nga, nag-profit taking. Kasi nung nag-open po siya dito, nung 9:30, to 9.45 ay tumaas po siya until it reached the peak at 10.45. Tapos dahan-dahan na pong nag-profit taking si FCG, no? Yung Figaro Coffee Group. But it ended in the red today since ang comparison po natin dito sa right side is the previous day's closing price. And the previous day's closing price was at 92 centavos, but it ended at 86. So 6 centavos lower. Yan po, no? So I see a support forming here. Nandito po based on 3 candlesticks, but very thin po ito. And the resistance is somewhere here at 0.93. Again, this is very thin. But at this point, abangan lang po natin na susunod na kabanata dito po sa Figaro Coffee. Tapos SECB o Security Bank. Naku, bearish po sa Security Bank based on a one-day chart. And it is now at support level, ano? So nasa 105. Nasa 104 to 105 level po ang support niya. However, green candlestick po ito. At it is a reverse hammer and there is volume. So I suspect, yes, meron nga, no? So meron nga volume, pero I suspect na in the coming days, or I think that in the coming days we will see some upward movement on the stock. So bearish po ang kanyang sentiment with RSI bearish at 36. And then SPNEC, si SPNEC winner to. Yan, no? Patuloy siyang tumataas. And the stock is already overbought again at 87.83. Pero yung ating short-term indicator patuloy pong umaakyat. Nasa 213 na po ang Solar Power Philippines or Solar Philippines Nueva Ecija. So, it ended 6 centavos higher than the previous day, meaning pataas pa po si SPNEC. So, yung previous support po niya, nandito po siya sa 161. Previous resistance na naging support, 161 po. But yung resistance po, I cannot place it right now based on a one-day chart. And then TEL, yan, si TEL ay mukhang nagko-crossover yung short-term indicator natin, pero overall bullish pa rin po siya. Dahil the closing price now is 1848, which is lower than our EMA 20. 1855 po yung EMA 20. But higher than our 50-day exponential moving average. Now, the 50-day exponential moving average is our current support. Nasa 1796.56. Ngayon, if we will be drawing a parallel channel, ma-derive po natin yung ating resistance. So, getting EMA 20 as our support, ang pinaka-resistance po natin ay nandito po sa 2,000. 2,000 area po ang pinaka-resistance ni TEL based on a parallel channel. Okay? At patuloy pong umaakyat si TEL based dito sa ating mga indicators. RSI is just tapering off at 50, but based po sa medium and long-term indicators, generally upward trend pa po si TEL. Then finally, we have MBT. Naku, nagkaroon ng bounce si MBT although there is no volume at the moment, ano? But there is a definite bounce and the movement based on our moving averages is generally upwards. Ngayon po, let's take our EMA 50 as our support, 54.12. Now, when I talk of support and resistance, these are not exact points, but these are areas. Meron bang balita ito? Wala. So, nagkaroon lang ng bounce and some positive sentiment on the stock, ano? And in general, ay yung financials, up po ang financials. Siya pong pinakamataas ngayon at 134. Yan. So, silipin nga natin si BDO if it also bounced. I think it bounced. Yes, there is also a bounce in BTO. Kaya number 1 po yung kanyang yung financials is top the gainers list, no? In the meantime, yung pinaka-support po natin nasa 54.12 and the resistance, I would place it here at this area. Mag-parallel channel na lang tayo. Yan. Okay. So, nandito po sa area to, nasa 59.60 to 60 pesos po ang pinaka-resistance ni MBT based on a parallel channel. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market. Ika-27 ng Enero 2022. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, mag-ingat sa COVID, mag-ingat sa scam, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at hanggang sa muli, stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.